everyone, welcome to my channel. Welcome to today's video. Today's video is going to be all about the new Charlotte Tilbury matte blush wands. I have 2 of the 4 shades here. So in today's video, I'll be going over some details of this product as well as applying it to my face, inserting in some swatches. There's also just going to be a small cameo with the pop shots. I finally caved and picked 2 of them up. So I'll also be just quickly applying this to my eyes and then just going over my final thoughts. So if that sounds good to you, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't yet. And with that, let's get started talking about all the details of these blush wands. Going over these blush wands, so they do retail for $42 a piece. Quite expensive. That's the first thing I just want to talk about. I kind of just, in my opinion, feel like Charlotte Tilbury's really taking it up a notch in her pricing. I feel like for a while there, she was more quote unquote affordable luxury. And now I feel like she's dipping her toes into almost Tom Ford territory where things are just getting a little bit out of hand with her pricing. That's just my opinion. I think $42 for these are a little bit much. Same with the pop shots. I mean, today's video is not about these, but they're $34 for a single, quite pricey. So I don't know really what her plan is with pricing, but it does seem like she's really taking it up a notch as far as that goes. But I did pick up 2 of the 4 shades. I picked up Pillowtalk Pink Pop and then just Pillowtalk. I'm not really into peach blushes, so that's why I didn't pick up the peach one. I talked about that in Makeup I Regret Buying. I'll link that video above. And then Dream Pop, I did debate getting Pink Pop or Dream Pop, honestly, but it seems like Dream Pop was more for deeper skin tones. Clearly, I am lighter, so I was just iffy on it, but I did think that color looked equally as pretty, but I could only pick up 2 of them, especially if I wanted to get the pop shots. So it was this or that, and this is what I settled on. Going over swatches, so I'm going to insert in a swatch of Pink Pop first, and I'm going to insert in a swatch of it just swatched over my wrist, and then the second swatch underneath will be a little bit blended out. So it is very much a cotton candy bright pink. I don't typically gravitate towards those colors. I'm hoping that I can sheer it out a little bit on my cheeks. I have not tried it as of yet. We're going in order of the video. And then for Pillowtalk, same thing. So first swatch you're gonna see is just swatched straight across my arm, and then right underneath, it's a little bit blended out, sheared out, so you can see what it looks like. Pillowtalk looks beautiful. I think you're either on the Pillowtalk train or you're just sick and tired of it. Personally, I like the Pillowtalk. I like it a lot. I think that the colors always are really nice. Does she kind of do some overkill with the Pillowtalk? Yes, but I much prefer Pillowtalk over Orgasm. That's just where I stand. So I'm really excited to be trying these out today. I have not tried her glowy blush formula. There's the Pinkgasm and the Peachgasm. I do not like a glowy blush. I more prefer a matte blush, and that's why I just skipped right over those. I do have the contour wand as well as the highlight in Spotlight. So I'm already a little bit familiar with this component here. And this on the Charlotte Tilbury website just says, ... blend and pop with my Pillowtalk Matte Beauty Blush Wand. So this is supposed to lift and revive the look of every complexion. With the easy-to-use Magic Cushion Applicator, apply my matte blush wand onto the apples of the cheeks for a smoothing effect, soft focus blush look. Then dial up the dots for even more matte blush magic. So they do just kind of carry over with the matte component here. The box is also matte. Don't know what the glowy one looks like, but I'm assuming it's more shiny. And these are what they look like. I'm very excited to be applying them today. So let's just get started with that. So everything that I'm wearing on my face is listed down in the description box below. I am testing out the new KVD Good Apple Serum Foundation right now. I think the undertone's a little bit off, but it is what it is. I'm gonna do a full day wear test and then a review of that foundation versus the balm will be coming up probably next week, I think sometime then. But that's what I'm wearing. And I think for these, I'm going to do one on one cheek with a brush. This is just a MAC blush brush. And then maybe on the other side, use my sponge and go from there. I haven't really watched any reviews just because I didn't want to have my opinion swayed by anything. So I really don't know just best application for these. I'm gonna go in very little, and maybe I'm gonna do it on the back of my hand first, I think, just because I don't wanna mess up my makeup today. Since I am doing a wear test, I can't really take this off. We're gonna go in with Pink Pop first on my brush, and then Pillowtalk with the sponge since it's a little bit darker. I'm just gonna work that into the brush on the back of my hand here. And let's just hope for the best. I am just a little bit worried with how bright this is, but it doesn't actually look too bad. I don't have any powder on, just the foundation and concealer, just so we can really see how this applies to the cheeks. It is more subdued than I was expecting, which is a good thing. I know blush is really the big trend for 2023, but I don't know. I just don't really like myself with a really, really bright cheek. This is just enough for me. I'm actually really like this color more than I thought I was gonna. And it looks really nice with the brush. For cream blushes, I don't usually use a brush. I usually use a sponge. That's my preferred method. But it does look nice and seamless. I'm gonna stop just messing with it here. And it actually looks really nice. It's not too matte, even though I feel like I'm wearing a very matte foundation right now. It definitely feels more on the powdery side. I just applied it, so I haven't done my wear test. I don't even know my thoughts yet. That's just initial right now, first impressions. So I was a little worried with the cream that it would just stick to it, but it looks really nice so far. This is looking promising. Now I'm gonna go in with Pillowtalk, same thing. I think I'm just gonna squeeze it on the back of my hand here. I know a lot of people don't really like these dot applicators, but I'm not really, I'm impartial to it. I don't mind it. I don't hate it. I keep my things fairly clean, so for me, it's not a matter of it getting too dirty. This is much darker. Tap a little bit more off on the back of my hand here. It's nice, but it's not blending as well as it did with the brush. I'm actually very surprised because I think that I prefer the Pink Pop over the Pillowtalk, and I was not expecting that. Maybe it's just because of the shirt I'm wearing. Maybe I just applied too much. I don't know. Had better control with the brush, maybe. Kind of go over the edges because I do feel like this kind of got out of hand really fast, and I put even less than I did with the, it's not really showing up as bright on the camera, at least in the viewfinder. I don't know. Here's what Pillowtalk's looking like. I do think I just prefer Pink Pop, surprisingly. This still has product on it, but I just kind of want to blend it out a little. You just try and, it does dry down. Like here's the back of my hand here. Still, there's a little bit of grip to it, but it has dried down quite a bit on the back of my hand. And I'm just gonna kind of swirl it, pick up what I can with my brush, and just go over. I'm just feeling like my cheek on this side looks kind of bruised, whereas this looks more like a blush. And I'm just gonna mix the two. Try and even these out. The formula is nice. I do like it. I think it's an easy to work with. I think you just have to know how much to use because I've used a little bit too much. And just right here, I can't blend that away. It just came too far in right here. I'm gonna have to get a brightening powder and just kind of fix this after I do my eyes and apply mascara because yeah, it's just not gonna move. This side looks fine. This side, I applied it right where I needed to. This side kind of went outside the lines and you can't clean it up. Like even with my sponge here, if I take the back of it, it's not really erasing. So it's not that forgiving when it comes to once it dries down, and it does dry down medium fast, I would say. Let's now apply the Pop Shot. I picked up two of them. So I picked up Smoky Quartz and Diamond Eyes. They are still available on the European Charlotte Tilbury website. It looks like they're sold out on the US website. And that kind of, I think, pushed me over the edge as far as FOMO, because it's like, well, they're sold out. I should probably pick them up so I don't regret it. And so I did. The Smoky Quartz it just looks beautiful, but today I'm going to be using the Diamond Eyes. I already have some matte shadows on my lid, and I just kind of wanted to use this as a topper. I don't want the video to be mostly about this. I just figured I'd throw it in here. The component is pretty. Here's just like a size comparison to the back of my hand though. It's a decent size. I think if you have the Bobbi Brown singles, any of those, the component of the Bobbi Brown is bigger than this one. That's just one you can compare it to, especially when you open it. That's just the one that's coming to mind because they're both square. So for this, I think I'm just gonna take my finger, and I do actually like that this has a mirror. Usually I don't use the mirror too much, but I thought this would just be a nice topper shade, and it sure is. It is just as beautiful as I thought it would be. Is it worth $34 for a single? I don't know about that, but speaking about the Bobbi Browns, I think the Bobbi Browns are 40 in the 40-ish range for their singles. So I'm not gonna say it's not on par, but I would like to see in the future, maybe I saw someone like throwing out the idea of doing a quad with the Pop Shots, and I think that would be a brilliant idea. But this is really beautiful and stunning. Don't regret this at all. But now that I've applied it, I am gonna go off of camera. I'm gonna apply mascara, add some bronzer and highlight, maybe just try and fix this a little bit with some powder, see if I can get it down a little bit, and then I will be back to talk about my final thoughts. Rest of my makeup is on. I was able to clean this cheek up just a little bit. I was using my CoverGirl Advanced Radiance powder. This is in Shop My Stash currently. I'll link that playlist up above if you're interested in checking that out. But I was able to work with it like a little bit, and now that I have the rest of my products, I do like it more. I'm just on the fence. Let's first, I think, just talk about these Pop Shots, just because I want to get them out of the way since the video is not really about that. I love these. I am sad that they're this expensive. I know she had released two other ones with this blush collection. It was like a purple and then more of like a warm pink tone. Those didn't really interest me. I really wanted the Diamond Eyes and the Smoky Quartz especially, so that's why I picked up these two. If they were less expensive, because they are $34 a piece, if they were less expensive, like more $20, even $21, I probably would have picked them up. But for the amount of use I know I'm gonna get out of those colors, it just wasn't worth it for me. The Diamond Eyes did give me some fallout, and it's very noticeable because of how matte my face looks right now, but I just have little flecks of sparkle everywhere. I would probably do my eyes first next time if I wanna use this formula, but that's my only complaint. I just think it is so sparkly and gorgeous. I love them a lot, which is disappointing a little bit. Now let's go to the blush wands. You know, I'm happy that I have them, and I think that they look stunning. I'm really glad that I picked up the Pink Pop because, as I mentioned, I was really debating between Pink Pop and Dream Pop, and I think Pink Pop looks stunning. I did put a little bit more Pillowtalk here just so it kind of evened out and I wasn't looking like two different cheeks because I'm gonna have to wear this makeup for the rest of the day. My only just complaint right now is that the dry down, because they're matte, is a little bit fast. So if you're new to cream products, this might be one that you want to skip and go for something that's just easier to blend, because as you can see, like first time applying, there's just a little bit of a learning curve to it. Once you get it, like now I think the next time that I use this product, I'll be just fine handling it. Just if you have trouble with creams and you have trouble blending out your creams, this isn't going to be a product that you're going to want. But I really like the matte finish. I put a little bit more highlight on the normal because my face was looking a little bit matte with the foundation and the blush combined. But I'm happy with the colors. I think she knocked it out of the park. The Pinkgasm and the Peachgasm, while they looked beautiful, it was just really almost bordering on a highlight for me. And that's why I didn't like it. I would much rather have this matte blush and put some like shine over it to make it the kind of glow that I prefer than those blush wands, because they were really highlighty in my opinion. I do want to pick up the Pillowtalk version because that I think I can get away with as a highlight. I only have Spotlight as a highlight right now. I did try that pretty recently actually in my full face of Charlotte Tilbury makeup. I can link that video above. But I'm overall happy with this product, and I'm excited to now look at some other reviews and just see if everyone's feeling the same way as me, since I haven't watched any yet. I will say I try to like wipe down my hand, and I have a feeling that this is going to be very, very long wearing because it's stained my hand a little bit. I'm going to have to go get like an oil cleanser to wash this off. So I'll leave a pinned comment down below just on the wear time if I can remember. Pinned comments are always the hardest for me to remember. But I have a feeling just based off of this and how hard it was to get off that it's going to be very long lasting. So that's just kind of my thoughts on these blush wands. You'll have to let me know in the comments. Are you picking these up? Are they just out of your price range? Because they are fairly pricey. I wish that it was more, I would say like $35 would be more manageable for these. And I think that's what the Tarte ones go for, which I think the Tarte ones are overpriced. I'm not going to be picking those up. But let me know your thoughts down below. Is this something that you're interested in? Do you think that Charlotte Tilbury is just going overboard with the Pillowtalk and this is kind of just more cash grabby? I'd love to know your thoughts below, but this is where I'm going to leave you all. Hopefully this video was informative, the swatches were helpful, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye everyone.